You talked about if Caitlyn did her own league. Do you know anything about what you would want to see her do? You said you'd partner with her and give her $100 million. That's the biggest offer that she's gotten.
I've never seen a sport that seems to be like, we don't want to grow the game. We want to get paid like we're growing the game, but we actually don't want these new fans. If she would have let me be her agent, I would have in a second. And if she's like, I'll start a new league with you, I would get her whatever you want.
The biggest headlines are always going to be about Caitlyn, and that was a power move in itself. Nafisa probably knew that.
Dave Portnoy just dropped a live TV bomb. He says he'd give Caitlyn Clark $100 million to start her own league. But here's the part no one saw coming. He claims he already has billionaires waiting to fund it. This isn't a joke, it's a blueprint. If he's serious, it could completely wipe out the WNBA as we know it.
But you have to have a certain personality. Like, I think if she truly was like, I'm out of here, I'm starting my own league, she'd have people lining up, including myself, and she would put the WNBA out of business. I really do believe that. She has State Farm, Nike, Gatorade. Those are like blue blood. Ryan's a Tom Brady in a way. I don't think she'll ever do that. Like, I talk with her never about that stuff.
So what exactly triggered this $100 million offer? And why is the commissioner being blamed for pushing him to say it? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Everyone keeps talking about Portnoy's $100 million offer, but it didn't start with him.
So I think she wants to make the WNBA work. I think she grew up wanting to play in it. She's kind of like been a good trooper for the Fever and the league. Very rarely, if ever, publicly says anything that like should cause any waves.
It started when the WNBA commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, said a few lines that fans say crossed every possible line. During a talk with players, she reportedly said, "Only losers complain about the refs." And when the conversation turned to money, she added that players like Caitlyn Clark should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything.
At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Cathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, "Caitlyn should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything."
For a fan base that already felt the league wasn't giving Clark the respect she'd earned, that was gasoline on a growing fire. The timing couldn't have been worse. The league was seeing record numbers thanks to Clark, packed arenas, national TV coverage, jersey sales exploding, and the commissioner's words hit right when fans finally believed something special was happening. Then came the reaction. Interviews, post-game clips, and fan accounts filled up social media calling Engelbert's tone arrogant.
I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlyn, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, "Well, only the losers complain about the refs."
Reporters described how the quote spread so fast that even NBA podcasts started picking it apart. Many said it felt like leadership was talking down to the player who'd single-handedly made people care about the WNBA again. Inside the Fever locker room, players were careful but clearly uncomfortable. Clark's whole approach had been loyalty, sticking with the team that drafted her and boosting the league's image. In return, the person at the top seemed to be dismissing her impact.
I honestly feel like that probably should have been something that they cleared with Caitlyn before they just put that out there, because immediately she was thrown into the spotlight. All eyes are on Caitlyn, whether she is playing or not. Obviously, Caitlyn is the biggest reason for the boom in the WNBA currently. She is the reason for that. When she said that line, like, that was going to be something that all the media was going to pick up on.
That disconnect flipped the conversation from frustration to anger. Fans began tagging the league's account, demanding Engelbert step down. Comment sections turned into open debates about how out of touch leadership had become. And as that wave of outrage spread outside the basketball world, it landed on one person who never lets controversy go to waste. If the commissioner misread Clark's power, what happens when billionaires don't? Hours after those quotes went viral,
she didn't go in as much as some other players did with calling out leadership. Now, Caitlyn initially decided not to comment, but then in her exit interview, she said that Nafisa made some really good points.
Dave Portnoy went live on his show and said something no one saw coming. Straight-faced, he looked into the camera and said he'd offer Caitlin Clark $100 million to start her own women's basketball league. People thought it was another stunt. But then he doubled down, saying there were billionaires ready to back it, and that Clark wouldn't just be the face. She'd be an owner from day one. That clip spread fast, racking up millions of views before anyone at the WNBA even responded. At first, some fans rolled their eyes. Portnoy's known for stirring things up, so they figured it was just noise.
Caitlyn also said that she hadn't heard from Kathy since those alleged comments.
But she's up there. I mean, she's up there. I mean, Taylor Swift doesn't like just befriend you like that unless you're up there.
But when he started talking about structure, how Clark would control her image rights, choose her sponsors, and build a league where players get real revenue shares, it hit differently. He called it a response to what he saw as a lack of respect from WNBA leadership. For people frustrated with Engelbert's tone, it felt like someone outside the bubble finally said what they were thinking. The more people replayed that clip, the louder the buzz got. Fans who were furious a day ago started dreaming about what a player-run league could look like. Hashtags exploded, merch concepts popped up online, and sports shows spent entire blocks debating whether Portnoy was serious. Meanwhile, data analysts pointed out how much leverage Clark already held. Television ratings for Fever games were up over 200% compared to the year before. Their road matchups were sellouts. Even mid-tier sponsors were reporting massive jumps in engagement every time she was on screen. So, when Portnoy tossed out that number, it wasn't just another headline. It was leverage.
I think what's most helpful is to focus on, I have been in touch with Nafisa, we've exchanged texts. There's a lot of inaccuracy out there through social media and all this reporting. Obviously, a lot of reporting, a lot of inaccuracy about what I said or what I didn't say. And I will tell you, I highly respect the players.
Suddenly, Engelbert didn't look like the leader of a booming league. She looked like someone about to lose control of it. And now, everyone's wondering how far this power shift can really go. Kathy Engelbert's attitude didn't just annoy people. It gave outsiders a chance to step in and question who really runs the WNBA. Fans saw her dismissive tone as a signal that leadership wasn't listening.
Kathy Engelbert is not the WNBA's future. Look at the rest of this headline. Soon, the commish may not even be its present. The pressure is officially on. It's officially hitting a boiling point. People are starting to glance in Adam Silver's direction now.
That moment opened the door for power and money from beyond the league to enter the conversation. Caitlin Clark now holds influence no commissioner can ignore. Her performance draws millions, but her decisions could reshape ownership itself. The question now feels bigger than basketball. Should she keep lifting a system that limits her, or lead a new one that finally matches her value?